2, 1. What's up, mi gente? I'm starting the day off. This is what happens when I don't take notes. Like, literally, like, when I come and I do these episodes and I'm not prepared, this is what happens. I started as if I'm starting a vlog. Craziness around the world is still going on. I don't want to say it's at mayhem, but from last week's episode to this week, nothing. I don't want to even say that because I don't even want to jinx it for next week. Let's just say things are still going on. And the reason I named this title, Don't Watch the News, because it's kind of a play on words in the sense that all I've been doing for the last week is watching the news. And this is rare because I am a type of person, and I know I'm not the only one out there in the world who doesn't like watching news, right? When I was growing up, I remember that my sister would always have Channel 32, which is Fox News. And now, like, saying that once I'm older, it's like Fox News, it's like, it has such like a bad name to it. I don't know. It's just like, I think because people made it to be like, oh, Fox News is fake news. So like now it's like, back then, I mean, the news was just the news. But I do remember there was a switch. It went from like just having TV and cable. Like if you just have regular TV, which is like, you know, whatever, 99 channels or 64 channels, whatever, like the basic, like if you have antenna TV, I understand why people watch the news. But if you have cable, and now in the era that we live, which is streaming, I don't understand why people watch the news. Here's my problem. When the news and channels like this, Fox News and, you know, NBC and all these other channels start trending on YouTube, I know there's an issue, right? We know what's going on. I spoke my piece about this whole Corona stuff last episode. I don't like bringing up same topics across these episodes because the whole point of shooting one of these episodes is something new, a new topic. And even though last week's episode wasn't really planned, I just had to give my 2 cents. So now we're here, and I was looking through the list of different topics that I wanted to touch for this, you know, season, or I don't even know what this is yet called. I mean, I know it's a one-man show that I'm doing, but I don't know. I do want this show, and I've seen the numbers compared to my other videos and the responses that I've been getting. I like it. It shows that people are watching. One thing that I do notice is the retention, which is the amount of time people are watching these videos are longer. And the fact that I think I'm starting to sketch out a niche, which is like, hey people, every Monday, I don't know yet, I'm trying 10 o'clock p.m. every Monday, but I think I might go back to 10 a.m. and see if like it makes a difference with the analytics. And I say analytics because I am an analytics guy. Like, I can tell you that there's not one day that goes by that I don't check my bank accounts or that I don't check my analytics, like my YouTube settings app. So I'm a numbers guy. I can punch in numbers all day. I can look at numbers all day. I'm actually looking at the time clock right now. So that had nothing to do with it, but hey, it's open forum. I get to speak my mind at free. So even though things are going out there in the world, for this episode, I was looking at that list and I said, you know what? Don't watch the news. I think is a good transition from last week. I don't even know what I'm saying right now because, to be sincere with you, I don't have any notes. Next week, I'm going to go back to the notes and I will get better. I'm not even 10 episodes in that, but I do feel that my speaking with the camera has gotten, I want to say, at least 40% better than what it was before, because I'm not going to lie. When I used to turn on this camera and I used to shoot like my updates or whatever type of videos where it's just like one-on-one, there was specific times where I didn't have a problem, but most of the times I'd be like, you know, get the nerves up. Like right now, my heart rate is at, I'll tell you right now, 82. I don't know if that's because what's going on in the world or because I'm shooting this video. But let's go back to the main topic, which is don't watch news. So as a kid, I used to be forced to watch the news. Once you got older and smartphones got better and you can just watch whatever you want. And now that in this era where everyone just streams things, I don't think the best thing to do is watch the news. I've realized that, especially in this state that we're in, because people just get worried and panic. And yeah, like, washing your hands shouldn't be a message that like everyone should be like, that's just something that you should have learned at the age of 5. Like, yo, before you eat, wash your hands. Before you do anything, use the bathroom, whatever, just wash your hands. And people who use hand sanitizer to try to replace washing hands, what you doing with your life? Use soap and hand and hand. Yeah, use your hand, your soap and water, preferably hotter water so it can burn off more germs. Fun fact. The reason before this and after this why I won't be watching the news is because it gives anxiety. Like, it gives you worries. Like, you shouldn't wake up in the morning and the first thing you do, one, check social media, because you'll be laying there, and I know this from me doing it and living through it. Like, you waste a lot of hours before you go to bed and before you go to bed and as soon as you wake up. Like, you'll be on your phone and you're just like, oh wow, I just wasted an hour scrolling through other people's lives. Happened to me. It's happening now again that I'm back on Instagram, which I can't wait to get off Instagram, which I have like 2 more weeks, but that's near here or there. When I look back at these videos, I notice that I do 2 things. I say the words "you know" a lot, and I say like, and that's one thing that I'm trying to get better. Like, there you go, I just used it. When I speak, I want there to be no likes, but I remember, like, I want to kind of cancel those words or those phrases, at least for my vocabulary, when it comes to speaking to the camera, so I can get my message across clear. I mean, I know the audio sounds amazing. I am mic'd up every single week. You don't hear no echo. You don't hear that anymore because I got a mic on. Do you think there's a reason why I picked a black shirt? Because the mic, let me tell you, the mic is here. And it's been here since episode 1 of this show, of this series, of whatever this is. But before this whole epidemic, when people are going to be like, bro, there's no more water, go get a new one. I know. I never like watching the news, and I don't think I will continue, because it literally is everything bad. Like, if the news is for an hour, right? I would like to say that 80% of that hour is everything bad. And I get it, you have to report on the bad. And that's a reason why when you do something bad, or, drama or anything conspires through the internet, negativity is always going to pick up more views, more clicks, because people want to see the bad versus the good. Like, people who have money, some people like showing it, but then they're like, oh, they're only showing this so, and then there's a reason for it. Like, no, like, people do things of the kindness of their heart. Like, if I had millions of dollars, sure, I might blow through some of them, but you best believe that I'm going to do something nice with that money, help others, because I think you get to that point where you have enough money and you look back and you're just like, well, I can only speak for myself, but if you don't think like this, then you should question yourself and be like, how cynical are you? Because if you have Bill Gates money, this man gave up his whole life for this company he started, made multi-billion dollars, and now said in his later age, where he should be retiring, enjoying the money, which I'm sure he has, but he has enough money to just live his life. This man is helping third world countries, helping others. And I feel that that result of helping people gives him probably the same or even more pleasure than the number of zeros that he sees with commas in his bank account. I guarantee you. And I hope I wish I could meet and I can. Because if I ever met a billionaire, I would ask him that. I'd be like, what you doing with all this money? You know, some people are greedy and they just want to get more and more and more because they're never going to get enough. Look, this episode was don't watch the news. Don't watch the news because it will give you anxiety. I'm not a doctor or a psychologist or a professional, but I do know simple facts. And if you just see negativity, it's not going to do anything good for you. Try to train your brain to see the good in life and the good in things. Because for me, sure, I'm out of touch, but I know everything that's going around the world without having to sit and watch Fox News or ABC News or CBS News. Like, I don't have to watch. I don't need to see my local news tell me everything bad that's going out there in the world. Because if I live with that mindset, I'm going to be trapped in that mindset. And then I'm not going to be able to live a life because then I'm just going to be scared. People always say, oh, it used to be good in the back in the days. Maybe because back in the days you didn't have 100 different channels telling you how bad the world is out there. You weren't experiencing that. And we live in a world that, especially with social media, you see so much bad that you're just like, wow, the world is a shitty place. Well, guess what? It is. It's always been like that. We're just reporting on it more. And the fact that people have 4K, you know what? I'm going to stop because I don't want to go on a tyrant and time's up. I'll cool down for next week. I promise you that. I'll change the topic. I'll make it something not so serious and we'll just keep on going. So with all that being said, I will see you next week.